Hello, and welcome to Voices from the Field, a Mayford podcast where we talk with educators in the field to hear about their perspectives and experiences. The goal of this podcast is to share the voices of leaders in the field of health and physical education. My name is Jake Burson, Advocacy Chair for Mayford, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with Michael Ewan. Michael Ewan is the Assistant Marketing Manager at GOPHER Sport, where he spent the past 11 years creating and promoting educational resources for the phys ed community. He oversees initiatives like GOPHER's webinars, blog, and educational tools, including Dynamic PE ASAP, the curriculum mapping tool, the PE calculator, the Master PE teacher course, and PE Universe, just to name a few. He's a recent recipient of the 2025 Minnesota Shape Health and Fitness Advocacy Award, and outside of work, he enjoys coaching tennis and playing sports with his 3 young kids. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Thanks for having me, Jake. Looking forward to a good conversation.
Definitely. Thank you so much. It's great to be in this space with you. So before getting started, what's making you smile these days?
Good question. I like it. Just starting off with a tough one. No, I'll be honest. What makes me smile is I've got three kids under 6, and as stressful as it is, like there's nothing better than having young kids that just bring so much joy, and they see the world in a completely different lens than you do, and it just kind of reminds you of the important things in life. So I really get a lot of joy playing in the backyard with them and doing sports. My oldest is 6 now, so
Oh, wow.
I'm starting to coach them in sports, and that's just been a lot of fun seeing the world through their lens, and kind of makes you feel young again at times.
Definitely. Great. So, Michael, give us a brief background on your role at Gopher and how you got into marketing for physical education.
Yeah. So I started at Gopher Sport probably about 11 years ago is what my bio said, in 2014. And I started as the videographer. So if you go on Gopher Sports website, you'll see, if you visit one of our product pages,
Mhm.
you'll see a video attached to it. And those are the videos that I put together. So I think we did like 100 in our first year. And then we were doing 300-400 a year. We were just kind of cranking them out left and right. I kind of was ready for a new challenge, ready for something different. So then I transitioned over to the marketing side, where I started doing more of the free resources. So providing educational materials for teachers, doing the blog. And shortly after, we added the Dynamic PE ASAP
Mhm.
free curriculum that's out there. So I've been doing a lot more work with that over the last 6-7 years. And then more recently, I kind of transitioned into our role of assistant marketing manager, where I more oversee our brand efforts now, our marketing, our email, social media, that sort of thing. And then I also do some stuff with partnerships and all of that great stuff. So it's been a long journey, but Gopher has really been an opportunity to grow and develop in my career. And both my parents are, or I should say formerly, were PE teachers.
Oh,
So
really?
I grew up and we had the Gopher catalog in the kitchen, and like for birthdays, I'd be flipping through the Gopher catalog being like, oh, I really want some juggling scarves, or I want this basketball. So I was very familiar with the Gopher brand growing up. So then it was just kind of a perfect fit. There's an opportunity to be a videographer, and I was like, I know Gopher, and it's been a great match ever since.
That's so cool. You grew up with Gopher, and now, did you ever think that you would be working here when you were looking through the
Well,
magazine?
it's so funny because I didn't even know that Gopher was from Minnesota. I mean, I was just a
Oh,
kid with the Gopher catalog, and like I love flipping through it. And then it wasn't until I started looking for jobs, and I was like, Gopher in Owatonna, Minnesota? I know Gopher. So I applied for it, and it worked out perfectly. But yeah, no, it's really a great company to work for. They care a lot about their employees, and they care a lot about teachers too. So I
mhm.
think it'd be really hard with just my background as parents, as teachers, if I worked for a company who didn't care so deeply
Mhm.
about the teaching profession, it would be a tough company to work for. But I'm so lucky that they care about the profession, they care about teachers, and they really want what's best for kids.
That sounds good. And that leads me to my next question is, what sets Gopher apart from others in the PE space? And it sounds like you talked about a couple of things. They're really teacher oriented. They care about the profession. But what else might set Gopher apart from some other folks?
Yeah, I mean, As I mentioned, we care about teachers. We care about the profession. We want to make sure that we deliver high quality equipment. So
Mm-hmm.
we've got, I'm sure many teachers have used this before, but we have a guarantee. It's called our 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
And it basically means like at any time, if you aren't happy or if you aren't satisfied with your purchase from Gopher, give us a call and we'll replace it. So that's unlike any other equipment supplier in that we really stand behind the products that we offer.
Mm-hmm.
As I mentioned, like we have to have high quality equipment or like teachers are going to have a poor experience with Gopher. So we use the comments and the feedback that we get from teachers who they happen to have to return something if something didn't last the way as long as they were expecting it to last.
Mm-hmm.
We take that feedback and we improve our products based off of that. So it's really allowed us to provide better quality equipment. And then we have that guarantee to kind of back it up. You say, if you weren't happy with what you bought, let us know. We'll replace it for you.
So you're really listening to the customers and seeing what they have to say. And I'm sure everybody's different too in what their expectations might be with equipment. Some people get stuff and it lasts for years and other people get stuff and it might last for a couple months. So, but that's really good, that guarantee. So
For sure. It's all based off of, I mean, it's so subjective, right? Like you mentioned that some teachers might expect their dodgeballs to last 10 years. Others might expect them to only last 3 years. But either way, the guarantee is basically saying like, it's based off of your satisfaction. We want you to be happy with ordering from Gopher, and we want you to continue to come back because you're blown away by the quality of the equipment, the customer service. If you happen to use our guarantee, like we just want you to be satisfied and we want you to continue to order from us.
Definitely. And the word of mouth goes a long way, right? Positive experiences. So Gopher does a lot more than just equipment, right? What other stuff or products or services does Gopher offer beyond just equipment? I know you have the blogs, right? You mentioned that. You have the PE universe. What are some other things? There's a master teacher course, right? With Dr. Pangrazi. Yeah. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, there's quite a few resources, and I might overwhelm you by just listing some of this stuff off, but I think you mentioned you're going to include some of the links in the show notes.
Yes.
So that'd be a good place to look. But all of these are completely free resources for teachers. We've got our blog that we're posting weekly to, and that features like voices from physical education teachers. So it's not Gopher writing to try and promote our product. Like we're out there working with teachers and they'll put together a blog about a new unit that they put together or a new idea or new strategies on how to manage students. So that resource is at blog.gophersport.com. Mm-hmm. We've also got a great webinar website, and that's at pd.gophersport.com. So a lot of teachers need to get continuing education credit to renew their teaching license. So this is a great resource for them, and they can go on there. There's over, I think, 120 different physical education specific webinars.
Wow.
So they can go on there, they can watch the webinar, answer a few reflection questions, and then download a certificate that they can submit to their school district or their principal to receive those continuing ed credits. Another one is PE Universe. That one's been around for a while. I'm not sure if you're familiar with PE Universe, but
I am. They have great videos in there. In fact, I just renewed last week. I went on it years ago, and I just renewed it to trying to get some more ideas for
awesome.
Elementary. So yeah, it's great. It's a great site. So go ahead. You were going to say that people upload their videos, right?
Yeah. Basically, that's a site that's driven by PE teachers. Mm-hmm. It's just essentially a platform where you're going to specifically get videos for PE. So you go on YouTube. There are some great content creators on YouTube or on Blue Sky or Twitter, but you're also going to get a lot of like extra stuff. PE Universe is solely meant for PE teachers. So you go on there and you search for, maybe you have a soccer unit coming up in elementary. You can just type in soccer. You're going to get hundreds of videos of activity ideas from other PE teachers.
Right. And there's a lot of variety, right? I think there's locomotor skills, there's soccer, there's skill building, there's gymnastics. So it's not just one dimensional. There's many different grade levels, right? K to 12, and there's many different units and topics available, which is great. So
for sure. Yeah. And it's all completely free. We're not charging anybody for it. Like it's our way of giving back to the profession. And and trying to elevate the profession by giving you guys new, unique ideas that can help improve the experience for you in your school and then also for your students.
That's great. And you just need a password, right, to get on, right? So username,
Yeah, it's just
password. Okay.
username, password. Yep, and that's it.
Perfect. So let's talk a little bit about the products. Michael, what's one product or piece of equipment you think more teachers should know about?
So I think you mentioned in the bio that I'm a tennis player. So when it comes to like racket skills, paddles, like that's totally my area. My favorite product, and I get a lot of a lot of people at Gopher know that I love this product. So I get a lot of like crap back and forth about my love for Now Nets, Gopher Now Nets. Have you heard of our Now Nets?
I've heard of it, but I haven't. Tell me a little bit more about it. Like, what's it? Is it a quick setup or what's it do?
Yeah.
What's it
So
about?
our Now Net. So basically, it's a net that fits between two cones. And instead of back in the days before Now Nets, you pull out your pickleball net. You'd have to maybe spend a few minutes setting up a pickleball net. If you had multiple ones of those, well, that time adds up 10, 15 minutes just setting up pickleball nets, or maybe they're badminton nets. Now Nets, they fit between two cones. You can set up. I actually did a video shoot this afternoon. I kind of took my old video camera out again, and we just did a video shoot this morning, and we had 12 different nets set up in a gym. So if you think about it, 12 different nets, 4 kids per net. That's what, 48 kids playing at one time. So it really like condenses the playing area. Kids have to make sure that the ball is under control. Then they can have longer rallies, see better success that way. But it's really a way to get all your kids moving at once. Very minimal setup, 2 cones and a net. And then, as I mentioned, you can set up 12 nets in your gym.
So you got me thinking which is great because the more contacts they have on the ball, the more successful they're going to be. How long do they expand to? Is there like 4 feet, 6 feet? Do they come in different sizes or?
Yeah, I want to say, let me look that up. Maybe 6 feet.
Okay.
They do come in different sizes. So we do have like our standard Now Nets, and then we have an adjustable Now Net, which basically will adjust to the size of a volleyball court.
Oh, wow.
So you could use it as a volleyball net if you wanted to. But I mean, mainly for elementary PE, like we've had people play volleyball over. We've done nitro ball. We've done handball where the kids hit the ball underneath the net. But it's really just a barrier. A net is just a barrier between two kids. So yeah, I mean, maybe it's not going to be as high as a volleyball net, but it still serves the same purpose by having that net between. So you could do pickleball, you could do tennis, and you could do volleyball, you could do badminton, you could do, like I mentioned, floorball, doing it underneath the net. We worked with a PE teacher who was doing different movements with their kids. So like they had to jump over the net or crawl under the net or go around the net or different pathways, that sort of thing. So
yeah, definitely movement concepts.
All the movement concepts. So there's just so many different things that it gets me jazzed because like it's a very affordable product too. I think it's maybe $10 a net, something like that.
Wow.
It works really well. It's easy to set up. It's something that like you can set up 12 nets in a couple minutes. So
I love
that's why I love it.
Yeah, I love that idea too. I mean, I have a pickleball net, which is great, but it takes 7 to 8 minutes just to put together. And it's big and it's kind of cumbersome. So I love this idea of the Now Nets. So Michael, let's move on. What's an example or a story you can share about Gopher's guarantee or customer service that made a difference to either a school or a teacher? Can you share any examples?
Yeah, well, I'll be honest. Like I actually had an experience with our guarantee, and it's not like because I'm an employer, they're like, oh, we're gonna give him special treatment. Like I just went through the same normal process that any other teacher would experience. But I ordered up some, like I mentioned, I'm a tennis coach. I ordered up some numbered cones. They're plastic numbered cones. And I was going to use them for targets, kids to aim at them, and then they were going to get points if they hit a target. And then one of the cones, the base kind of like separated from you have your triangle cone, and then it's separated from the base.
Okay. So
I just called our customer care team, and I was like, hey, I ordered up these cones, had them for maybe a couple of weeks. I used them a couple of times, and there was one cone that started to separate. And they were like, well, like, no problem. We'll send you out 10 brand new cones. So
Nice.
there's one cone that's separated, and they sent me 10 brand new cones.
Wow.
So I ordered 2 sets before. So now I have 30 cones, and then one was broken. But it goes back to the point that like, they want you to have, like, Gopher wants you to have a good experience with your order. And we want you to be satisfied. We don't want you to order something and then like leave saying, oh, like Gopher really kind of ripped me off with this one, or man, I ordered that product and it was so cheap. Like that's what you're going to get from Amazon, or that's what you're going to get when you order from the dollar store or Five Below. Like, we don't want you to have that experience. If you're not happy with Gopher, give us a call. Like we'll make it right. We'll figure out how to make it right, because we want you to be happy. A lot of PE teachers tend to order yearly, and they come back year after year.
Mm-hmm.
We want you to be happy. We don't want you to have a poor experience with us. We want you to keep on coming back and continue getting some great high quality equipment.
That's a great story. It really sheds light on how important that is, the quality. So thank you for sharing that. So how does Gopher,
just on top of that, too, Jake, sorry,
Yeah,
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go for it.
Kids are tough on equipment too, right? Like these are kids using product every single day, and they're beating it up at times, right? They're playing really rough or physical with the equipment. And as many times as we say, like, hey, try to take care of the equipment, something that we want to keep year after year, they're still gonna like try to pick the holes in the dodgeballs, or they're gonna like, they see one thing that's going on with the product, they're gonna try to rip it open as much as they can, just because that's what kids do.
Right.
So we know that, and like we try and develop our products to withstand the use and abuse that students put on equipment. Now, we're not always able to do that, right? Like, if someone's trying to destroy your product, they're going to be able to destroy your product.
Right.
But we try to make our product as high quality as possible, so it does last a little bit longer.
Your audience, what the kids, they're acting their age, what they might do. Like you said, they're putting their fingers in the holes of the gator skin balls, and it just gets bigger and bigger. So,
right.
But
well, and that, I mean, like, PE is it's our bread and butter. Everything we do is for the PE teacher. So all the equipment that we're designing, it's specifically for physical education. You're not going to find that anywhere else. Someone who's only thinking about the PE teacher in every one of their decisions that we make throughout the day.
Right. Good point. So you mentioned design. Let's talk a little bit about innovation. How does Gopher approach innovation when it comes to creating new PE equipment?
Yeah. So that's kind of another example of us developing products specifically for physical education. We've got a team, product development team here, and they've got the best job in the world. Their sole job is to come up with new equipment for physical education. So we do work with a lot of PE teachers who might submit a product idea. And there's like a process that we would work with them. We'd include them in the process, and then in the end, they get some sort of royalty or something after a product is launched. But we also have CAD designers on staff, and we've got product developers who are working and trying to find the best relationships for manufacturers who are going to create this product. So it's really fun. First off, like, we have brainstorm meetings, and we're like, how are we going to solve this issue? Or what's a new team game that's going to get teachers and students really excited? We just developed a brand new product called Target Tip. And it's one of our new team games. And do you remember those like inflatable punching bags?
They punch back, they go back at you. You punch it, comes back.
Yeah. You punch it and it kind of comes back at you.
Yeah.
So we took that concept and we made a team game out of it. So the idea is, like, instead of targeting other kids in dodgeball, you would target this punching bag type of thing called a Target Tip. So as kids throw balls at this target, the target actually falls down and it stays down. So there are 3 red, 3 blue targets, and kids are throwing the balls at the targets, and your goal is to get all 3 targets to fall down. Be the first team to get all 3 targets down. So it's that type of thing where it's like, what are some different materials that we can create products out of? Or what's a unique game that we haven't seen before that can really energize students and kind of get them excited about what they're doing in PE? And of course, like all of our games we call them our action team games. So
Mhm.
I'm not going to be able to share the acronym. If you look in the catalog, you'll be able to see what
Cool.
action stands for.
Mhm.
But essentially, they're all aligned with the national standards, and they follow that, and they bring activity to PE. And I'm trying to remember what
No,
action
that's
stands
okay.
for,
We'll look it
that's
up.
all right.
We'll look it up and we'll link it. And we'll link everything in the show notes so people won't miss
That's
anything.
awesome.
So, in addition to the all of Gopher's educational resources, what are some of the most popular ones you would say are right now? What are people really going to?
Yeah, I would say probably our most popular resource right now is our master PE teacher course.
Mm-hmm.
So we worked with Dr. Robert Pangrazi, who was a legend in the physical education world. He's some call him the godfather of PE, but he's been in the profession for, I want to say, like 59 years, almost 60 years,
Wow.
advocating for PE. So we met with him a couple of years ago, and we're like, Bob, I'm just going to call him Bob from here
Yeah.
on out. Bob, like, you've done so much for the profession. You've got a lot of just wisdom and knowledge and historical like reference of how physical education has grown over the years. And we wanted to like encapsulate that in a professional development course. So we worked with him. He put together 18 different modules of what he believes physical education is and how he believes teachers should manage students and discipline students and how they should lesson plan. So it was kind of like almost like your physical education 101 course, but we've got a lot of feedback from even experienced teachers who have said this has just been such a great reminder. And I've picked up different nuggets along the way. So there is a cost to the course. I think it's like $50 or something, pretty minimal, but we didn't want, like, our goal was to get people to attend the webinar, to watch the webinar.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times if you just give something for free, people might not feel invested in it.
Right.
They might not feel like, oh, I'm going to take this full course. So there's a slight fee, but like, we want people to take the course. We want people to feel like they're learning from it and they're getting a lot out of it. So you can find that course at pd.gophersport.com.
Okay.
And once again,
Good.
it's kind of like a highlight of Dr. Pangrazi's teachings and, of course, how to be a great PE teacher.
That's a really reasonable price. Plus, you're getting, like you mentioned, nuggets and insight from a master teacher who's been in the field. I remember going to a PD, gosh, it's probably been 20 years. I forget where it was, but it was a while ago. And I remember him shaking his tambourine and talking about behavior management. And I still use a tambourine to this day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, sometimes people come in and like, what's the tambourine for? But there's so many different uses for it, for music, for dance, for starting and stopping. So, but I got that from him. And so I'm glad to see that he's sharing his insight in this forum where people can watch and see it in action. So that's really cool. And again, the price is minimal. I mean, it's $50. That's a few coffees and a couple of meals. So
yeah, for sure. For sure. And we actually have videos of, so the Dr. Pangrazi runs the dynamic PE ASAP curriculum, which kind of follows the dynamic physical education textbook that a lot of teachers use in college.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually followed teachers and we videotaped teachers using the lesson plans from dynamic PE ASAP. So that's included in the master PE, but there are teachers in there with their tambourines. They're using their tambourines. I think the tom-tom, the drum, is the other one that was popular in the Mesa School District, but there's some real world examples of teachers managing students and performing some of these lessons. So those resources are all available for free on the dynamicpeasap.com website.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would be another resource that I would encourage teachers to check out, because how often do you get to observe other teachers teaching students?
Not too often. I mean, unless you get time off or you get subs to come in, but that's a whole nother set of challenges to be able to do that. But no, you can do this in the comfort of your own home and watch and observe and take notes and reflect. And so that's great. So you kind of answered the next question, which was, tell us about the Master PE Teacher Online course and what makes it different from other PDs. But you kind of answered that. Do you want to expand on anything else about that, or?
Yeah, I think just what makes it different is there's a lot of like planning that went into this course.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your typical webinar. It was professionally recorded. Dr. Pangrazi spent, oh my gosh, like 6 months probably writing for this course. I would compare it more to like a TV show type of thing than a webinar. Because yeah, it was shot professionally. We had lights, editing, music. It's very well done. It's very condensed in that there's not a lot of rambling. It's like Dr. Pangrazi gets the point, and there's just a lot of nuggets that you'll take away from that. So you can, as I mentioned, you can learn more about that at pd.gophersport.com. And it's called Master PE Teacher.
I love it. Yeah, we'll definitely make sure to link that. Michael, what's one thing about Gopher you wish more teachers knew about?
I've kind of I feel like I've covered this a lot, talked a lot about Gopher. I would say the one thing that I wish more teachers knew about, it would have to be the guarantee. Like that's the best kept secret in physical education. I say one of them. When it comes to equipment, there's a lot of great secrets when it comes to PE, but when it comes to equipment, I'm still blown away when I talk to people and they haven't heard of the Gopher satisfaction guarantee, because it's something that if you buy from Amazon, if you buy from dollar store or Walmart or get your equipment somewhere else, they may have a warranty. They may have a 30-day, or they may have a year-long warranty or something. Ours is different. It's not a warranty, but it's a guarantee. We're guaranteeing that you are going to be satisfied with your equipment. And when it comes to PE and when it comes to kids abusing equipment, knowing that you bought your equipment from Gopher, you're always going to be happy, but no matter what. We're going to make sure of it.
I like what you said. It's not a warranty, it's a guarantee. There's two different things, right?
Exactly.
That guarantee is really the key word there. So that's great.
Yep.
So,
and it's not something that we hide behind either. I mean, if you get our Gopher catalog and you pull the catalog out, you'll see the 100% satisfaction guarantee on the bottom of the cover of the catalog. So some people will have their warranty like language, and you'll read the fine print, and it's like, oh, not for institutional use, only for customers, or only a 30-day warranty. Like, no, we don't. That's not how we do business. We're loud and proud about our guarantee, and as I mentioned, it's twofold. Like, it's great for teachers, and it's also great for us because we get feedback on the product that we're sending out. And it helps us improve our product to make sure that other teachers have a better experience with that equipment that we were able to improve based off of feedback.
That's great. That's great cycle there. Great news about that. So Michael, how can teachers get involved, whether it's maybe contributing to a blog, presenting a webinar, sharing a new product idea? What are some ways that teachers like myself or other people can get involved with Gopher or just interacting?
For sure. Well, there's a few things. So Gopher has a newsletter that we send out weekly. That newsletter includes information about new blogs or new articles or new webinars, new product that we're releasing, different resources that are free and available for teachers. So the newsletter is one great thing. If you just go to our website and scroll down to the bottom, there's a way to subscribe to our newsletter. If you're interested in contributing to our blog, you can visit our blog, blog.gophersport.com. And then there's in the top navigation, there's a contributor section. Click on that contributors and you can see all of the contributors there. And then there's also an application that you can it's very easy, just tell us about your experience. And then you can fill out that application, and then that'll go to me, and then we'll be in touch about some resources that you could help with.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because that's kind of how we met. I filled out that application. I wrote I think it was a blog on cricket. This was a couple of years ago, and that's how we've been going back and forth. And so I figured let's connect some more. So yeah, it's a great I went on the other people's blogs, and they're great. I mean, they really cover the gamut from Special Olympics to different units to dance. It's really a wide variety of different folks, experts in the field sharing their knowledge. So that's great. So it's easy to do. So I encourage folks who are listening to go on the blog and submit something. So what
For
else?
sure.
What else besides the blog? Anything else?
Yeah,
Newsletter?
we do have our webinar series. So
Mhm.
Dr. Aaron Beatley is kind of leading our charge when it comes to webinars. He's a
Mhm.
professor at the University of Kentucky and has been an advocate for physical education for his entire career as well. And
Mhm.
he's the co-author of the Dynamic Physical Education textbook. He's kind of the one who is leading the way with our webinars. So we're always looking for new webinar guests. If you're interested, you can fill out one of those, the contributor application, and we can kind of get you in touch with Dr. Beatley. But we're always looking for new guests that are energetic, passionate, enthusiastic about PE, who have some insights to share
That's
with the
awesome.
community.
That's awesome. And is that on the same page as the blog, or is it a different page?
Yep. You can just go to the blog and then
Okay.
fill it out as a contributor. But
Perfect.
we see ourselves like we don't like to create our own content. We like to work with PE teachers. We see ourselves as a megaphone
Mhm.
of sorts. Like, how can we help blast out great ideas that PE teachers have come up with to help enhance the PE community, help share great ideas? So you can go on social media and Twitter, and we encourage you to do that and share all your ideas on there. But we also have a newsletter that we can blast out to every PE teacher in the country. So we're
awesome.
helping to help, or trying to think of ways to help spread the good news about PE and share resources and help elevate the profession.
That's really cool. And I want to say something going back to like the PE universe, because I think that's such a great resource as well. Because as you mentioned, you go to some social media and you'll get a 30-second clip. But these videos, or some of them are 4, 5, 7 minutes long, explaining how to play the standards based, which sometimes it's getting missed in the social media, the standards part of it. So
Sure.
so it's really a great resource, and you get to see what other people have contributed, and there's great stuff out there. So I encourage folks to go on that. So, and I like what
Yep.
you said about what do you say, megaphone? You're kind of amplifying other people's
Right.
voices. So that's awesome.
Yep.
Way to advocate. So,
Yep.
Michael, how can our listeners connect with you? Is email? Are you on? What's the best way to reach out?
Sure. Yeah. If you guys want to email me, it's going to be my first name, last name at gophersport.com. So it's Michael Ewan at gophersport.com. There's no S at the end of sports. So it's gophersport.com. Feel free to email me. Happy to connect with you guys. If you have any questions about Gopher or questions about physical education or our resources, happy to answer questions.
That's awesome. Michael, thank you so much for sharing your experience and expertise with us. It's really been great chatting, connecting with you.
Well, Jake, before we leave, I want to know what puts a smile on your face.
I'm glad you asked that. I love PE. I love the profession. I'm at a couple of different schools. I love learning. I will never stop learning. I think it's important to be open-minded and learn from colleagues, learn from the students, and it's really about improving. I'm a strong believer in reflection. So what puts a smile on my face is just learning something new every day. I'm always trying to better myself so I can be better for the students. So, and of course I have a family. I have 2 kids. They put a smile on my face. They keep me busy. So that's really what puts a smile on my face. So just learning new things when it comes to physical education and health. So, but thank you for asking that. You're the first person to ask me that. So
I felt like I had to ask the question.
Yeah,
I was doing
that's
a lot of talking.
Yeah. Any other questions, let me know. But it's really been great connecting. I hope, I'm sure the listeners are getting a lot of insight about what we talked about. I'm confident that folks will reach out and really check out Gopher, the website, the webinars, the blog. There's really a lot of great resources out there. So once again, I thank you so much, Michael.
Yep. Thanks, Jake, for having me on.
Absolutely. So listeners, we'll have this episode uploaded soon. Also, please rate and share if this podcast has been helpful in supporting you in any way, as it does help other folks find it. Thank you all for listening. Have a great week, and we will be back soon.